Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm John Adams. Let's start off tonight by taking a look outside. We saw the rain return today, just in time for the first day of winter. Our Celine Stevens is joining us now. And Celine, you say the rain's going to be hanging around through Christmas.
Definitely. Luckily, it's not going to be consistent heavy rainfall every day, but we are likely going to be seeing a wet Christmas. And today was a wet one. It was the first day of winter, like you said, and we saw that rain in the morning, and then it took a break, and then we saw some more showers toward the end of the afternoon. But right now, 52 degrees. It looks beautiful out there at the moment. And if you take a look at our satellite over the last few hours, we've seen that rain moving its way throughout the state. We saw a little bit of thunderstorm activity along the coast as well, and you can see more recently it's made its way through Portland yet again, bringing that pretty light rainfall for the most part. And so here's where we're going. We have a series of atmospheric rivers headed our way, and so we're going to be seeing another round of rain tomorrow morning by around 9-10 a.m. It's already hitting us here. It's already hitting the coast by the early morning hours. This is Sunday into Monday. Monday, we get a bit of a break from the rain until Monday evening. We have another system headed our way. This one brings more rain Monday into Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve. And then, of course, on Christmas Day, it may start a little bit dry, but then do expect rain by Christmas evening. But first for tomorrow, rain moves in by around, like I said, 9-10 o'clock. It's already here, mid-40s in the morning. By noon, we're sitting at 50 degrees. Along with the rain, we have the possibility for some patchy fog, so keep that in mind. And then by 4 p.m., more rain, 52 degrees. The good news is temperatures aren't too cool, but again, that rain's sticking with us all the way through next week. John?
All right, Celine, thank you. We'll see you later in the show. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says they have arrested the suspect in a shooting that happened outside the Clackamas Town Center yesterday. At this point, investigators believe 18-year-old Pedro Cornejo Morales shot a 15-year-old in the hand, then left the area. Deputies found him hiding in a building nearby. He's been booked on attempted murder charges as well as first and second-degree assault charges and unlawful use of a weapon. Detectives continue to ask the public for information on this case. Developing tonight, a teacher out of the Vancouver Public School District has been arrested following a police investigation into claims of inappropriate behavior. In a message to Hudson's Bay High School parents, Shadbrayon Gatson was placed on administrative leave as the school cooperated with law enforcement. He was arrested last night on charges of sexual misconduct with a minor. The school did not provide further details on the claims, saying in part it did not want to jeopardize the ongoing investigation. Well, this afternoon, details have come out about the sex abuse scandal in the St. Helens School District. Some employees were placed on leave months ago before any arrests were made. We also learned another is employed at Plymouth High School, and it's not just high schools that are impacted. Workers at an elementary and middle school were also placed on leave. KGW is not naming those who have yet to be charged with a crime, though 3 people are facing criminal charges. Former teacher Mark Collins and current educator Eric Stearns were arrested in November on sex abuse charges. Former St. Helens principal Katie Wagner is charged with criminal mistreatment and official misconduct. Students tell us they aren't surprised by any of this, but with a new principal and administration at St. Helens High, they've noticed a difference.
Lots of changes, new staff, like the new principal, new admins, a bunch of new subs. I mean, kind of more enforced rules, like just like general rules, you know.
In the beginning, it was more like they were hiding what was happening, but I think things have gotten better, especially with the new principal.
The district said it's holding listening sessions with families to restore trust. It's also conducting an internal investigation, which it says will likely be completed sometime in late January. We continue to follow the latest after racist letters were sent to small Oregon towns along the coast. The FBI says it is aware of those letters and is asking people to reach out to local law enforcement if you ever feel physically threatened. The mayor of Toledo reached out to our team on the story shortly after he and several city councilors got the letter in the mail earlier this week. After he got in touch with us, our producer Ashley Koch went to meet him.
Tiny Toledo, Oregon, just a few miles off the coast.
We are the blue-collar hub of Lincoln County.
Population, just under 4,000, led by the guy who knows...
How you doing, John?
Good. Just about everyone.
Got to go coach our junior high boys in their last game.
But last week, Toledo Mayor Rod Cross got a shock in his mailbox at home.
If you see a bunch of brown folks getting in a car, write down the plate number.
A letter titled The Brown Roundup, Part 1.
And it states that starting the last part of January 2025, this nation will commence the largest roundup of brown illegals in our history.
It goes on to explain how to help that effort.
For example, parking in a church parking lot and taking down license plates and car makes and models of folks that are brown. Schools, as you wait in line to pick up the kiddos or the grandkiddos, if you see brown folks, record the plate number.
Mayor Cross says the letter was sent to his home.
I'm a proud American veteran, and this country does not stand for that.
And the homes of other members of Toledo City Council.
It's got the whole Portland post office stamp on it.
The P.O. box on the return address is fake. But other mayors and city councilors in Lincoln County got it too. It showed up in the mailbox of Lincoln City Mayor Susan Walke, who says, "I want people to know that Lincoln City is an inclusive and welcoming community." And Lincoln County says, "Our commission and our office are disgusted by and reject this call for wholesale racial targeting."
I think small towns were targeted. I think they targeted places that they thought there might be a receptive audience. I also think that they targeted small towns because of, to be honest, our lack of resources to investigate this.
Cross says it came as a surprise.
In Lincoln County, I don't think I've ever had a conversation about illegal immigration. And I've lived in Lincoln County for 28 years. So this was striking to me because I don't hear anything about this from even our constituents.
But the letters come as President-elect Donald Trump promises mass deportations when he takes office for his second term in January.
On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
His incoming border czar, Tom Homan, already making plans to mobilize federal agents.
I want you to run the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen.
But Oregon and Washington are sanctuary states. State law prevents local jails from working with federal immigration enforcement. Mayor Cross says he understands how broken the immigration system is, but if someone has a concern, he wants to hear from them.
Our residents are my number one goal, is to keep them safe.
Reporting in Toledo, Ashley Koch, KGW News.
Yesterday, Oregon Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum released a statement condemning the campaign. She said in part, attempts to intimidate our communities and their leaders has no place in this state. We'll check out these photos of Portland firefighters responding to a warehouse fire this morning. Fire and Rescue got the call just after 9 to Northeast Lombard near 60th Avenue. There was nobody inside, but it took firefighters some time to find the source of the flames and get it under control. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Well, in your health news today, local health officials are encouraging people to get vaccinated against respiratory viruses. Doctors with Oregon Health Authority said people tend to spread illnesses more this time of year because of holiday gatherings. At the same time, they've seen a dip in vaccinations over the years.
With staying up to date with our vaccines are the best ways we have to keep ourselves healthy, to keep those around us healthy, and also to make sure that overall we stay healthy as a state so that we don't see massive numbers of people showing up at the emergency room if everyone's getting sick with flu and COVID and RSV at the same time.
According to health officials, vaccines are important for vulnerable populations like the elderly, infants, and those with chronic conditions.
It's just like having a great friend and then you move away. You know, and then all you do is remember the good times.
Well, it's the end of an era in Castle Rock. That's where the town's only barber is retiring after cutting hair for more than 70 years. Our Catherine Cook and photographer Nick Bieber were there for his last day of work.
There are certain things every small town has. History, for one, a little main street, and a barber shop.
This is like Little Mayberry here.
Castle Rock is no exception. Barber Bob Larson has been cutting hair for 73 years. He just turned 91.
I love to work. Something a lot of people don't do anymore.
But recently, Bob figured it was finally time to hang it up.
Beater Nick and Barbershop, I'm speaking.
This is his last day of work.
I don't. I'm booked up solid today. Sorry about that.
For regulars like Randy Ellers, Bob's close shaves aren't all they'll miss.
Just his friendship and friendliness. Tell him all my problems.
Bob wouldn't have it any other way.
And so you're included in almost everything that goes on in their life. And then they know all about you. So it's kind of a neat thing. But to give that up is sad.
The way Bob tells it,
I gave my very first haircut when I was 5.
He's always loved cutting hair. He started professionally in the Navy. He used his GI Bill to pay for barber school and worked in a shop in California.
This is me. I was 29 there. Saturdays was a big day, and the first couple hours we'd have over 100 people run through the shop. Amazing.
When Bob started cutting hair, a gallon of gas cost 21 cents. A movie ticket, 45 cents. Bob charged 75 cents for a haircut. Now it's $19, but soon no dollar amount will buy you a barber's haircut in Castle Rock.
This town's always had a barber, and this is the first time in its history that hadn't had a barber.
This shop will soon be home to something else. But for now, there's still time for thank you.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Bob?
Good.
Hey, I brought in a card here.
Well, bless your heart.
Thank you very much for the service.
Oh, you betcha, buddy. You betcha.
Life in this small town will go on.
It's going to be hard to replace him, I think.
But it will never be the same.
Okay, there you go, my friend.
In Castle Rock, Catherine Cook, KGW News.